Hello everyone. We are group pair who like to present our LPE 2301 academic presentation today. Well, let's start by introducing the presenters. My name is Muhammad Amin bin Fazil, with number matric 206728.
And my name is Muhammad Faiz bin Kamaran Zailan. My number matric is 206007.
Well, before we start, I would like to ask, have you guys ever studied while working? No? Yes? Did you know in July 2018, the Bureau of Labour Statistics indicate that 55% of young people were employed. This is result since the survey took place during height of the summer's employment season. When school in season, it is important to decrease the number of hours that you work each week. Working more than 15 hours per week will impact their ability to success in school, especially as you get older and the class will become difficult. In addition, it's important to have a balanced class, extracurricular activities, and outside obligation like a job. Okay, our presentation today will be divided into the three sections. The first is enable manage their studies while working. The second is it is an advantage to students that can working while studying. The last is the conclusion. Well, when we study while working, some students did not enable manage their studies while working. This is because when students work, they have two commitments. The first is the commitments while studies, and the second is commitment while working. Finding a job is not easy. Instead, they have to give full commitment while working. This will because their study time to be disrupted and they will be not able to manage studies while working. Students who are working run of the risk of running out of time to complete their homework. Most students who studies are unable to complete their homework because they will tired after the work. Recording Development Academy 2021, 82% of people do not have to dedicate time management system. For students who study while working, students need to manage time well, such as making their own schedule. By Grina and Max 2015 and 2017 states that the more time a student spends on working, the less time they engage in the academic studies. Students are unable to focus because they have been tired and do not get enough to sleep due to working overtime. Working during the day of studies at the night will disturb sleep and patterns cause a large amount of stress, especially as they get nearer to exam periods. They need to study even more. Menti and Gilmore 2005 and juga Ritma and Buchanan 2004 describe most of the studies agree that students who choose to work will studies at several points of the time will suffer from stress and even live less desired time to study. So, when students are stressed and not enough to sleep, they will difficult to focus and paying attention in the class. The next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Amin. I will continue pros and cons for students studying while working, which is advantage to students that can working while studying. An advantage to students that can working while studying is They can develop interpersonal skills as well as confidence. Student employment provides you with an opportunity to learn how to interact with different personalities. As well as confidence, student employment provides you with an opportunity to learn how to interact with different personalities and essential skills in all types of jobs. Through part-time work, students will learn how to talk to a variety of people from different walks of life, forcing students to be sensitive to cultural differences in the workplace. You will also learn the best way to communicate with student colleagues, forcing you to think about how your words can affect other people's action and vice versa. In Japan, for example, the average student wants to work part-time need to be fluent in Japanese for convenience. They communicate with customers, especially jobs that require two-way communication such as stores, convenience store, cafe or restaurant. For students of the Bachelor of Electrical Engineering at Tokyo Denki University, Japan, Ame Fakri Zukibe, part-time work experience in Japan provide opportunities to him to further improve his mastery of the Japanese language. Next, interpersonal skill develops student focus and concentration power. Therefore, students can become an active listener in your class. They can pay attention to your classes with better process and technique. The learning method will also improve their interpersonal skill. In such cases, you no longer require teachers' notes. They also can create own notes that are equivalent to your subject teachers. For example, it not related to college student. So, for example, in Kota Semarahan, focusing while teachers teach in the classroom is the key to the success of Cornelius Herman Christopher, getting an excellent result of 9A in PG3, which is Form 3 assessment. So moving on, the next advantage, which is it can help students to support their study financially. Being a student usually means little or no money, but when you are working part-time, you no longer have to worry about being able to afford the basic essentials or relying on your parent or student funding to get by. Students can start affording little luxuries like going out with friends and treating themselves to something nice. Students also can even set their paycheck aside and put it toward their tuition fees. Based on Sinar Harian Online states that the lack of money to study also forces students to work part-time. New Student Challenge Campus Sinar 2016. So, students can learn to manage their money based on Masnud 1982. Study found that financially planning will improve the quality of life. We will move to the conclusions. In conclusion, learning while working not only brings benefit to students but also have their disadvantage. Students who want to take the initiative to work should think wisely. Students should always want that their commitment as students is to study hard. Learning while working is encouraged, but let it be according to the ability of the students themselves. Thank you.